trade by itself, of course, will not solve all the environmental problems that the world faces, but it can bring a very important contribution. How? By opening markets, by protecting intellectual property. It will favor and facilitate the spreading of the best technologies that can have a positive impact on the environment.
We need to look carefully at our own policies, and that means that we have the lowest tariff walls possible, that we not have local content requirements or other distortive policies within our own market, and then we look outwards to other markets and make sure our trading partners are putting in place the same kinds of policies that promote the uptake of these more efficient green technologies that are going to be really very much part of the solution for dealing with climate change.
Trade or environmental policy, there has been tendencies of using this as a disguised protection against competition from abroad in order to shield the domestic industries from strong foreign competition in general, of course. The more we can trade with renewable technologies related to green growth, the better for everyone.
Whenever a country makes a decision that it's going to only procure product that's locally produced, what it does inside its own market is it isolates itself from a global supply chain and prevents itself from getting those technologies deployed at the absolute lowest cost. It's only a very small percentage of greater efficiency and lower cost that will make some of these technologies truly economically viable.
Policymakers, they have to find a balance between defending the defensive interests in Europe, but also make sure that we have, as I mentioned, access to the latest technology. And closing the European market is not likely to be a solution in this case, but it's more to have an open trade policy, but also to make sure at the same time that we have a strong environmental protection in Europe.
The EU has already done a tremendous amount because the regulatory environment here is so positive for clean technologies. But the next level really involves liberalization of trade so that we can export those technologies into markets that might be putting tariff walls, imposing local content requirements that make those technologies actually a lot more expensive for our customers outside of the European Union.
The biggest challenge is to have a discussion and liberalization on environmental goods and in a multilateral context, is in the WTO, and it's passing a very difficult moment, but no one disputes the fact that having liberalization or rule setting in a multilateral context with the more countries as possible is the most efficient and the best way to go about it.
This is a big growth opportunity for Europe. Europe has a competitive advantage. We've been doing clean technology, R&D, and manufacturing in Europe for many, many years. So the key is to make sure that those offerings make their way into those big growth markets so that we can repatriate that income and continue to provide high-paying jobs here in Europe.